Hi guys, I hope you're having a beautiful day, full of energy and life. The sun's out now, which is absolutely beautiful. Obviously I'm Brett Lee, the Canine Carnivore guy. I just wanted to do a quick video today for you that if you don't have access to a butcher, you don't want to be feeding processed, high heated sort of kibble, grains, rice, in kibble form to your dog. You want to feed raw, species appropriate diet. I always recommend ruminant. Ruminant is a multi-chambered stomached animal. Cows, goats, sheep, and so on. I believe from the research that I've seen is that they've got the cleanest foods in the animal kingdom. Much better than chicken and pork because of the way that they process the food that they eat. It removes a lot of toxins, a lot of sugars, those kind of things. It doesn't end up in the meat. Long story short, we can do a separate post on that. This is if you've got a supermarket but you don't have a butcher and you want to get the cleanest next best thing. I always opt for store-bought frozen burgers. The reason I buy frozen is because it's easier. They're frozen for a period of time, way after 15 days. Between 7 and 15 days is the golden period to neutralise any parasites, if there are any. I'm yet to see any parasites, but I'm being told all over the internet that everyone's riddled with parasites. That's what that does. The freezing's really good. They come in individual packs, which is really handy. All I do is I take some out like I have this morning, one of them and one of them. You get them in 10s or is that 4? Yeah, 4 here. Obviously I buy in 10, we've got 3 dogs and they go through quite a few in a week. I think we buy 60 burgers a week. It doesn't have to be the creme de la creme, the top, the best burgers at all. It can be top budget. Top budget burgers, pure beef. Be really careful to read the ingredients and whatever's on the front. Some of these will have a little bit of wording down there saying 80% meat and 20% soya. You don't want that. Trust me, you don't want soya going into your animals. Yeah, it's all human grade stuff. Some people think that because you've got a dog, you have to feed dog food. You don't. Human grade is absolutely fine. Cheap burgers, and that's fine. What we've got today is we've got burgers. We've got a raw egg. Brax has a raw egg, the other 2 can't tolerate them, Brax can. And then the other 2 have the eggshell membrane, which they can tolerate. That's really good. It's got 3 different collagens in there that actually help to rebuild and repair joints, ligaments, tendons, that kind of stuff. Really, really super power food. Eggshell membrane in there, which is actually one of the ingredients that's coming up in the Move Like a Wolf supplement that we've got coming out, which is eggshell membrane, which has been freeze dried. Same as the organs that are going in there, and also green lip muscle, which is historically known to be really good for fluidity in the joints, etc. Then we've got raw milk, really good. Don't need pro or prebiotics when you've got raw milk. It has every single nutrient the body needs to survive, including pre and probiotics. It's got all the minerals and all the vitamins you need all in there. In fact, people do milk cures and milk fasting where they just drink milk for 10, 15, 20, 30 days. And then we've got our organ blend here. I choose to buy capsules. You can either put the capsule in whole. Most dogs will just eat the whole capsule. If they don't, just get a burger. Let's start making the bowl. Little donkey, he's under 4 kilos. He gets a snippet off a burger. That much twice a day. Freddie, she's just over 8 kilos. She gets that much a day, twice a day, sorry. And then Braxy, who's 27 kilos, roughly, give or take, he gets the final 3, he gets 6 a day. That's 600 grams basically. They're 100 gram burgers, these ones. Keep an eye on the size of the burgers. And obviously the fat content. These ones are only 5%, which I didn't mean to buy them. They're an accident. I always go for 20%, which is on here. 20% graze, that's 20% fat. Look for 20 or 30% fat. 3 in there. And then you can either open a capsule up. I'm sure you know how to do this, guys, but I'll go for it anyway, just in case some people don't. You can either open it up, sprinkle it on. That way they can't not eat it. I'm yet to see a dog that doesn't eat their raw meat and fat when that's sprinkled on there. Yet to see one, but I would be stand corrected. Or you can put them in whole. Brax will eat all of them anyway. He gets 3, Freddie gets 2, little donkey gets 1. Put them straight in there. Then we crack the egg in. Brax gets the whole egg. Freddie gets that little bit of the egg. She'll eat all that and the shell. Bracks won't eat the shell, neither will little donkey. They're a little bit picky. I break. Well, it's not working today, guys, unfortunately. Normally I can break, pull. There you go, there's a little bit of membrane there, look. It doesn't take a lot. So even if you get a little bit, that's fine. Getting a bit more in here, look. Let's pull that right out. There you go. Then you can see that whole membrane there, look. That's good. That's a really good size. That'll go straight on the burger. Pat it down, they don't separate it. Some dogs will remove it, by the way, because it's a funny texture of membrane. I don't know if you've ever tried it yourself. It's almost a bit, how would you say? It's almost a little bit rubbery. Yeah, it's not the best. And then raw milk, you just literally want a tiny, tiny little splash to cover the burgers, not a pool of it in the bottom. Just splash, splash. Little splash, splash, splash. Same with little donkey there. There we go. And that is what's in their bowl today, guys.